Good morning. Good morning.
Got just a couple of announcements before I turn it over to the directors. November 16th, we're going to have a quarterly resident organization meeting right here. So please be there at 10 o'clock on the 16th. And also, just a reminder about the employee gift fund. The campaign is still going on. There's the thermometers are up to show you how well they're doing. So please don't forget the employee gift fund. And with that, Sherry, I think you're going to be in charge.
Can I make an announcement?
Sure.
Okay.
It's our meeting.
Gotta have the microphone for an announcement.
You bet.
Tuesday, ROBA, Regency Oaks Veterans Association. 2 o'clock, right here. Okay, we have a great speaker coming in, Major Walt Lincoln, who has a tremendous background, going to give us a lot of interesting things. So I encourage you to come to a great ROBA Tuesday, 2 o'clock, right here.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
We're going to let Bobby do his presentation first.
Bobby?
Bobby, you want to do yours first? Am I next?
Okay.
It's a me turn? Okay, most of you were not real happy with the light fixture, the ones that are the pendant type or, on a chain that hang down in the breezeway and etc. That Brad had chosen because they were very similar to what we have now. But most of you at Tuesday Talk, not this week, but the week before, voiced your opinion that you were not happy with that, but you did like the fans that were chosen, which have very straight lines and the enclosed light so bugs can't get in it, which we think is a wonderful choice. So went back to the drawing board and found these that follow the same lines as the fans. The one on the left will be the hanging ones in the breezeway and the places that have hanging ones. And I don't think it's the breezeway, some of the hallways that have the hanging fixtures anyway. And the other one is the wall-mounted ones. And the reason we chose this one, we had one that was just like the one on the left, but it has a plate on the back to fasten it so you really don't get light all the way around. And this one has 3 lights in it, which obviously will give out more light than the 2-bulb one. And this matches it, the one on the other side. So this one is 24 inches tall. This one is 18 and a half, which is very nice because if we go with smaller ones, they're going to look dinky on this big building. So I really wanted to show this to you and get your opinion. Do you like the looks of these for our outdoor lighting in both buildings?
Yes.
Yes. Oh, right. I knew you were going to like those. Good job, Bobby.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
I'm Sherry Schweitzer, Director of Financial Services. As you all know, Brant is off on a vacation all week, and he'll be back next week, and we will be having Tuesday Talk. I'm going to report on a few things that he usually comments on, and that's the construction services. So as you have seen throughout the week, we're hearing a little more construction going on, and that relates to installation of the drywall and insulation. So that's been ongoing through the week. The stucco crews are scheduled to start on the new town hall, and will be stuccoing also the columns and beams at the north building. So we expect that to start this coming week. Schaefer Construction has a crew working on the covered walkways, installing the ceilings, and trimming out the columns, which we've seen progress throughout the week. There was a comment that the low voltage contractors waiting on materials needed to hook up the north building and the new town hall, so they're still waiting to get into the training center. I looked in there yesterday and I did see some contractors working in the electrical room. So After that happens, the electricians will be installing boxes that need to control the doors over there. And this morning, I noticed that the replacement of the fence was begun in the back of the property over by the dumpsters. So that's the update provided by the construction crew at the beginning of the week. We can see things are moving along. By next Tuesday, Brant will have a few more updates looking at revised dates for the salon and the gym. So looking towards the beginning of next month, but let's get another update on Monday and more inform you on Tuesday, okay? So things are moving in the right direction. So the review process for the budget continues. And as you all received, those that were receiving a January rate increase received your letters last week. And at the last monthly service meeting, we indicated that the budget wasn't finalized yet. And so the increases we spoke to at that meeting have changed, as indicated on the letter, by 0.5%. And that relates to, as we had further discussions with management, the implication or the impact that it's going to happen to the community in regards to Governor Ron DeSantis' ACA mandate to pay all employees $15 an hour in the skilled nursing facility. So that would mean housekeepers and maintenance folks would be impacted over in the health center, but not over here. That was not part of the mandate immediately. However, we went back to our budget and looked at how would that impact our employees, and we felt that that would be a very negative impact if we could not move forward the $15 an hour wage that everybody was going to get, but over the next 4 years. So we chose to maximize this increase and then put in our expenditures to have all associates that were under $15 an hour bring them up, so that I do not have a disparity between, let's use maintenance, one person that maybe have less tenure be making more than somebody in independent living that has more tenure. That's just not how we want to retain our employees. So the increase then jumped 0.5%, and I can guarantee that we did use the CPI index for all urban consumers, Class A for the southern region. And I point that out because our increases that happen in September, and we have a handful in October and November, they use a different CPI index. So in the budget, it's a combination of those two. We're looking into our crystal ball. So that, I know there were some questions when the letter came out. I want to give you a little update on what happened behind that. Also, the select services increase letter came out, and what that is those are the extra services that you may choose to use, your guest suite charges, additional maintenance that you might want, or renovations. So all of those extra services. The pamphlet doesn't come out until January. I can tell you it's pretty much about a 10% across the board for all of those. The guest meal is probably one of the most popular items. The guest meal will be going up to $21.50. Okay? The guest suites are going up 10%. So we'll try to get that out earlier so that you have a copy of it, but you needed to be aware that those services were also increasing. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead with my report and then let our directors do their report, and as always, we will take questions at the end. So, my financial report is for the month of September. I'm currently working on October's numbers. Our occupancy in total is 89.5%. Budget is 92.9%. So we have a variance of being under budget 3.4%. Let me break that down a little bit. In independent living, we're at 88.7. AL, we're at 97.4. And skilled nursing is at 91.8. Skilled nursing continues to improve month over month. October numbers are in for census, and I'll let Kyle speak to those when he does his report. So with census being under budget, our revenue is a little bit under budget, about $95,000 in total across the entire campus. IL is $52,000 under. However, our assisted living is ahead of budget because they have continued to be on target for their budgeted census. Skilled nursing, slightly under budget, $53,000. That's a 50% improvement month over month. And IHS is under by $19,000. So moving on to our expenditures, our wages continue to be under budget, about $45,000 for the month. Year to date, we're about $500,000. This was a month that our part of the being under budget is related to the fact that we moved our therapy expense to a third-party contractor. So we're getting close to full employment, but we're going to see this variance for the rest of the year, and where that's going to show up is in our department expenses. And I'll point that out as I get there. So total controllable expenses were over budget by $132,000. But $60,000 of that pertains to therapy. Okay, so I'll remind you each month as I do my report that our wages will be under, and then this department's going to be over. We will see improved savings month over month as we do a full month's transition with the therapy, and Brant has already spoken about that the last time we met. We did have an overage in food and beverage. If you recall, at the end of the month, we were looking at a significant hurricane in our path, so we increased our inventory just because we had to be prepared. I didn't make an inventory adjustment because we're utilizing that throughout the rest of the year, so those expenses will get back in line with no problem. Maintenance, we did have a few overages. We had our annual sprinkler head inspection across the community, and we had to do some repairs in all buildings. None of that was related to the fire. That's just due to our annual maintenance. We had a little bit of an overage in general administration, and that relates to some recruiting expenses for our hiring in our marketing department. Moving on to non-controllable, we were under by $137,000. We've seen large savings in our insurance and taxes and our management fees. So the bottom line, our net operating income for September, we had a positive net income of $223,000 for the month. However, budget was $268,000, so we're a little under our budget of $44,000, but we had a positive NOI. Year to date, we have a positive net operating income of $3.2 million on a budget of $3.4 million, and that is slightly, I reversed my numbers there, I'm sorry. Year to date NOI was 3.4 on a budget of 3.2, so we're ahead year to date by $200,000. So as we go into the rest of the year, the last 2 months, we'll continue to manage our expenses, focus on our occupancy, and have a successful year end as we already have year to date. Thank you. Kyle's next.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Kyle. I'm your Associate Executive Director over at the Healthcare Center. A few updates. I don't know, my first thing is talking about COVID. I don't know if we'll ever stop talking about COVID. But, we keep swinging back and forth. We're going to be in mass, and we're not going to be in mass, and we're going to be in mass. So we're currently back in mass at the Healthcare Center. We do have a COVID outbreak going on. We have 4 residents that are positive and 1 staff member. So we are back in our COVID protocol at the current moment. And so we'll just keep testing for the next 2 weeks to make sure there's no additional cases. And if there is no more additional cases, we'll go back to not wearing masks and kind of reopen the building again. And so we'll just, it's an ebb and flow. We go up and then we go down. So with the holidays approaching, they did say that the positivity rate, they expect an increase in positivity in more cases over the next couple months. So we'll just keep monitoring that and analyzing that as we go forward. So Sherry kind of talked about the occupancy, but the assisted living occupancy for the month of October was 25 on a budget of 25.5, and it is projected to end the month of November at 25. We are looking at one move-in. The healthcare center also ran on a budget of 56 on a budget of 56, or 93% occupied for the month of October, and we're currently at 58 on a budget of 56 at the healthcare center. So we're over budget, and we're over budget in our occupancy and mix, so it's a good thing for our revenue to kind of capture some of that missed revenue that we missed in the Q1 and Q2 of the beginning of the year. We're still preparing for the annual survey. We're entering our 17th month, so we expect the survey to show up in the next couple of weeks. Usually they come every 12 months, but we're in our 17th month without a survey, so they'll be knocking any day now. And then the assisted living, I think we talked about this in the last forum, but just to make sure, we had our biannual survey in October 7th, which was efficiency free, so it's a good thing for a healthcare center. And they gave us a big round of kudos and to our staff, and so we go above and beyond with our competitors in the area, which we know, and they were very pleased about the residents and the staff engagement. So it was overall a good survey. So that is all I have for the healthcare center, and I will pass it on to Betsy. Thank you.
Hello, good morning. So my name is Betsy. I'm the Administrative Service Director. So for the month of October, I complete those Tuesday talk flyers every single week. I have been working on programming additional key fobs, so I have a few more out there that I need to get to you, as my system was down earlier this week, but I will have them done today if anybody had put in a request for an additional fob. I participated in our annual anniversary dinner and our employee trunk or treat events. And I did hire a brand new receptionist for the healthcare center, so I continue to support the reception desk. Thank you.
Is that applause for me? I like applause, so I know, keep your seats, no need to get out. Perry from Marketing and Sales. October was slow for us in the sense that we have a budget for the fourth quarter, and we had 2 sales scheduled in October and then November, December to get to the 12. So we have 5 deposits right now, but we didn't get any contracts closed, but that will all happen over the next couple of weeks. So the good news is our budget for 12 for quarter 4, today we have 5, Monday we're getting the Federal Express package in, that we'll have the 6th one. So we're halfway towards our goal at this point, so that is positive. So we continue to do all of the marketing events, the lunch events, all the things that we do. We had a very good one the other day, Faces of Fraud. We had someone from the Pinellas County Sheriff's Department come out and talk, and I think it was the same person that Ginger's probably had here in the past for general meetings, but kind of the big takeaway out of that is we all get called unnecessarily. We always all get phone calls, so if you don't know who's calling, don't answer the phone. If it's important, they'll leave a message and you can call them back. So that was kind of the reminder from that. But and then also to remind everyone, we've talked about price increases. That also is impacting new sales. So a lot of you have helped us with referrals, which we greatly appreciate. But if you have anyone that you're thinking, boy, I think they would benefit, this would be a great place they should consider. This year would be a great time to do that, because starting January 1, all the prices that we will be quoting will be increased as well. So anybody that you know that you think we should be talking to, this is the best time right now, because it's only going to get more expensive for those new folks coming in. So again, thanks everyone for all of your help and participation and everything that we do, and for being wonderful residents. When we walk new people around, it's great to have as many people that approach us and just put in their 2 cents of what they like about Regency Oaks. That makes the new resident really feel welcome. So we appreciate everybody doing that. That is it. And who is next? Dawn.
Good morning. My name is Dawn Evans. I'm the HR director. In the month of October, we had a lot of participation for the culture committee. We had our trunk or treat event, and I wanted to thank all of our team for all of their hard work to make that event fun for our employees. We also saw some residents out there as well. Thanks for stopping by for that. This month, I also implemented the employee engagement survey. The results for the survey will be available later in November or early December. And we also implemented annual employee training sessions across the campus. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Darwin Perez. I'm with Land Operations Director. Here are some of the accomplishments we got completed last month. We replaced the HVAC, the negative air on the gastroprop, the new tavern. We completed the installation of the new fob system in both buildings in common areas. We did the preparation for the hurricane. We installed the walk-in cooler in the health center. And we replaced one of the boilers on the health center also. One of the things we're going to be starting on Monday is the filters. We're going to start doing filters in north and south, all the way down. That's our date to start. And here's some of the updates on the work orders. For the last month, we had, on critical work orders, we had 150. On the completed work orders, completed work orders, we have 250. And as of today, we have 40 work orders open. Thank you.
Good morning. Thank you for having me. My name is Evan Poole. I'm the Environmental Services Director and the Assisted Living Administrator. So to go over some accomplishments for this month. Last month we had 3 new hires that were offered positions, and they were in onboarding and orientation this week. So they've completed their onboarding, so we do have 3 new hires that will be starting Monday. On top of that, we offered 7 applicants full-time positions. So we do have some people on deck and in the hole ready to go and start here at Regency Oaks, just working closely with the HR team to get them on board and make sure we don't have 15 people in one orientation, make it as seamless as possible. So we are placing linen orders. We did accomplish that this week and it is complete. We've been working on it this entire month. We've negotiated a little bit of a price saving. So we got $2,600 knocked off by doing 2 orders. So what I mean is we placed an order for the north building and we turned around and went ahead and placed the north building order, or the south building as well. We're just asking we bill the next year. So this will hopefully resolve some of the linen issues that I'm getting calls for, not having enough towels, not having enough hand towels or washcloths. We have placed orders, just bear with us, they're coming in, okay? I do ask if you have a stockpile in your closet, please put them in your bag and we'll go ahead and wash them and resupply a 7-day supply. Okay, so we have completed the master schedule, so we should no longer have residents that are being missed 3-4 times in a row. Everybody should be cleaned twice a month. On your service that you do not get a full cleaning, we are still there to assist with making your bed. Please, on your linen preference form, note that, so when Asaro and one of our other team members is collecting those forms, they're notified and they can accomplish that for you, because we do want to meet your needs, okay? So we have the north and the south lobby windows being complete. We're finishing up today here in the south building. Each first floor, the windows have got cleaned, so that's a huge accomplishment we weren't able to do the previous few months. And then we do have weekly EVS updates, so I will be providing those updates, and I'm going to continue to provide those updates until we get this process a little bit more organized and we can eliminate some of these concerns from our residents. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Ginger from Programs. I have a few accomplishments and announcements from activities. Our anniversary dinner was so much fun. We had good food, and we had a lot of well-dressed residents here. It was beautiful to see. Peter Small was here doing storytelling of historical figures, and he'll be back again. The bereavement group will now be meeting on the first and third Monday of every month in the Sports Lounge. Great Decisions will return in February. They also will meet the second and fourth Wednesday of every month. We had the Sheriff's Youth Ranch here picking up donations, and they said they were very appreciative of all the contributions made. Saturday, we're going to have a student-led piano concert right here in Grand Lobby South at 1:30. Don't forget the suggestion box in each building. And I think the biggest contribution was we have acquired 2 brand new cars for our transportation department.
What about the show?
Oh, the craft show?
Yeah, we need to advertise it.
He's still up.
And the jewelry.
So the craft show is on
Wednesday.
Wednesday at 12 to 4, right here in the Grand Lobby South. And the jewelry, 10 to 12 next Friday. Okay, thank you. It'll also be on the Monday memo, so check that out for dates.
Good morning, everyone. Ricky, Phil, and Johnny. Couple updates. Finished up our gourmet cycle. We had the great anniversary dinner. Continue with our beer and wine club, the North and South birthday parties, and we continue with the military dinner. Yesterday we had our first pop-up / breezeway. It was well attended. We are going to have another one featuring barbecue ribs and all the sides and drinks next Wednesday, which is the 9th from 4 to 5:30. And then we have Thanksgiving coming up. We're going to be serving turkey, carved pit ham. We'll have different types of bread, shrimp cocktail, a little breakfast buffet, pecan pie, pumpkin pie, wine, beer, the whole 9 yards. So get ready for a great month. Thank you.
You ready for a question?
Over here. Over here. Oh, okay.
Yeah, my name is Dave Bowen, live in the South Building, Norfolk Wind, N216. And my questions revolve around the recent painting of the stairwells. Those stairwells were closed. I live in the last unit on the corridor, so it's very convenient for me because my car is parked out back to use that back entrance in and out. So it was closed for a couple of weeks for painting. I had it cordoned off, and about a little over a week ago, I noticed that the tape was off, so I started using it. I have 2 issues concerning that, and the first one is going down the stairs where the hand activated to open the door is doesn't work. Now, fortunately, you can manually open the door, but coming back, used my fob. The door is locked, and I used a fob, and it didn't work. So to get back to my apartment, what I'm supposed to do is I use the fob on the opposite wall, which opens the door to the first floor. So I have to walk the entire distance from front to back to the elevators, go up the elevators, and walk another 150 yards to my apartment. So the second issue was before, there was a nice painting job, but before there was a strip at the last step before you go on the landing. I'm going to sit down for a second. Before you go on the landing, and that hasn't been done. And also on the last flight of stairs before the first floor, there'd be a caution because it's all painted the same, and it kind of looks, unless you have good eyesight, you could read the last step and then step down thinking you're going to the landing and fall. So that's a safety issue. I did report to the front desk early Sunday afternoon, and she put in a call, and a fellow immediately arrived, I think from the maintenance department, nice fellow, and I reiterated to him the problem. And I said, could it be that due to the painting, they deactivated those units? And he seemed to imply to me, no, he didn't think that was the case, but he would check into it. So I checked again this morning when I came down here. They're still not operating, so I guess respectfully ask that those things be fixed. And I have three questions. Number one, who's responsible for maintaining these new units? Is it maintenance or is there a guru in each building? I don't know.
Which units you mean?
The fobs.
Oh, the fobs is our job to maintain it. They probably closed the door because they were painting and they forgot to put it on. That's the P-Wing, right? The P-Wing?
Norfolk Wing.
Norfolk Wing. Okay, I'll make sure I check it before.
So they were deactivated?
Yeah, you can deactivate them from the main
Yeah,
control.
which makes sense.
Yeah, so
they're
people
not-
don't go in and out.
They're not
So
reactivated.
yeah, they just forgot to put it back in. But I'll make sure I do it today.
Yeah, okay.
And on the steps, we always paint the back of the step is paint bright yellow, so you can tell from one step to another one. But we still haven't finished completely, 100%. I know we're doing the final work Monday for this building, and then we're gonna pinpoint all the painting stuff.
So there'll be.
Yeah, the main part is completed, but
I
we
know.
still have to do the final work on the stairs.
But you do that, the safety.
Yeah, the first strip, yes.
Yeah, okay.
All right.
Okay, that's my questions. ASAP, please.
Darwin, could you please check the thermostat in the arts and craft room? It says 72, but it feels warm and very damp in there.
And smells.
Thank you.
Big time.
Evan, when might we, I know it's a forecast, but when might we get back to weekly cleaning, which our contract provides?
Yeah, good question. I've had that question, I think, every single day. The answer is going to remain the same until we have these folks complete the onboarding process. I don't want to set our team up for failure. So we've offered 7 folks positions. Next week, we'll have a little bit better idea if they show up during the orientation process. And then I can reassess. But, you know, looking down the line on things, I'm forecasting the beginning of the year because that gives us enough time to train our new hires. We don't want to just throw them off to the residents and have a full assignment. We want the residents to assist our department and every department as well to make them feel welcome. We don't want them to come in and you know, the challenges that you've experienced in the past, there's nothing they can do to change it. So I just ask from you, please make them feel welcome. I'll do my part. I'm just asking if you can do your part as well. But to answer your question, the beginning of next year is when we look like we're going to get to weekly cleaning.
I just wanted to say one more thing quickly. If there's any members of the design committee here, please stay a few minutes after this is over. I have a couple of things I'd like to show you. I'd like to ask, when can we get our lanai windows cleaned? And does it come under maintenance or what used to be called housekeeping?
Great question. That's something I'm learning and I'm trying to figure out so we can accomplish that. As of right now, there's no process that our current team is aware of, so I'm diving in to try to figure out the process and how those work. Currently, our houseman that would be cleaning the windows, he's doing the linen. So as of right now, we cannot roll that out, but as soon as we do have this new team come on board, Saro and the new houseman we just hired will have more time to complete those requests.
The pop-up there was a resounding success, but ran out of tables. Is it possible to put the cushions back outside the classroom by the pub and put the cushions back there so we expand it just that one night so people get extra seating out there?
Could that be repeated? We couldn't hear it
Certainly,
because of
I'll
the telephone.
So, Mitch, if I understand you correctly, you're asking, so if we could put tables and chairs outside the arts and crafts room? No, I completely understand that, and during the construction phase of the town hall, we can. It's just not feasible. There's so much dust and so much debris, it wouldn't be conducive to a good dining experience. And I apologize for that, but hopefully soon we'll get through it. Unfortunately, there is no large footprint that we can put those tables, other than where they are. Well, thank you so much, I'll take that.
I have a question for maintenance. I live at P107 here in the south, and I use the back door to go out. And unfortunately, we have a tree that has acorns. And we have a disaster out there. You're walking on acorns, they're all over the place. Last week I almost had a heart attack because I'm not screaming at Sherry for someone to clean it. It's an ongoing thing, a dilemma for you people. But nothing has been done, whether it's maintenance, whether it's landscaping, whoever is doing it is not doing a good job in taking care of that, because somebody is going to fall and get hurt. So I'm just asking for myself and everybody else here that uses the back area. The roadway is dirty, the acorns are going to come back and forth all the time. You always got that because you got a tree there. But people should take more attention to what is going on outside there.
All right, I'll make sure I bring it to the landscaping company that we use. They're here twice a week. They're here every Monday and Fridays. I'll bring it up to them, make sure they follow up on it.
They clean it, but they just leave it there. They don't pick up the acorns that are there.
All right, I'll make sure I bring that up to him.
Okay, thank you.
My name is Madeline Calpis. I can't stand, but I'd like to say something on a positive note. Just bear with me, all right? This past week and a half ago, an Aetna doctor came to my apartment to give me a yearly checkup. And she said that she had reviewed my records, and she noticed that along with my medicines that I had set out, which aren't very many, I had an activity sheet for our daily activities and outstanding dining room sheet. And while after she did most of the evaluation, she says, now what are these two sheets? I says, well, since I came to Regency Oaks with only 6 months to live and weighed 138 pounds, I decided that my doctor decided that I had to do that. And this is how I live every day. The highlight of my day is my outstanding meal. A lot of you think it's not very good maybe once in a while, but I'm going to tell you, I was told by this doctor and my doctor, it is healthier than I've ever been, even before my cancer. I now weigh 109, and going from 138 to 109 in 6.5 years, when I only had 6 months to live, I think Regency Oaks is doing truly an outstanding job, especially in the dining room and the activities, and a little bit of the other things, a little bit. And with the grace of God, I think we'll accomplish that. Thank you for being patient and letting me vent.
Thank you, Maddie. Evan, the procedure for lanai windows has always been that you put in a work order for that, and housekeeping picks it up, and there is a charge for it. It's an ancillary charge for cleaning lanai windows. It's $40, which I guess next year it'll be $44. So anyway, but that's always been the procedure unless that's changed for some reason.
Yeah, that's the procedure. It's just SRO is on the floor providing the linens and picking up the soiled linens.
No, I got that, but it seemed as if there was some question about what was the procedure for getting them clean, and I realized it right now, because I think my name's on a list too, that someday they're gonna clean them again, because right now you can barely see through them. But I just wanted to reiterate that that's still the procedure.
Yep, that's still the procedure. Is what I meant by that is just having our team in that process, how that's going to look with being short-staffed.
I just wanted to ask, why we can't, when we have meetings on Tuesdays, the print is as large as that is Regency Oaks, because every time things are put up there, there's no way that anybody could read them. You could be right up, by the table and you can't read them. So I'm wondering if we can make things that large. Can we do something about the fonts of the Tuesday meetings?
Yes, we will. We'll pass that along to Brant, and Betsy will make sure it happens. She's good at that.
I do have a comment that I'd like to add. Back in September, Brent and the full board spent 5 hours over 2 days going over the strengths and weaknesses and goals for Regency Oaks staff, you guys. And as a result, we're given the opportunity to suggest some goals for you guys. This is a good thing. One of the major goals we had was for HR was work with directors to determine the why of high employee turnover. And with Evan's recent letter about retention, he was the first to put it in black and white as a goal for retention. And I just want to tell them, you have the full board's support for anything you want to do to reduce turnover. And if we can help in any way, we'd be glad to help.
Thank you so much. Dreams with no goals are just dreams, correct? So we gotta set goals.
And as Don had mentioned earlier, we did just finish our employee survey, and so once we get those results, there will be some focus groups and roundtables and additional discussions and trainings with the directors to improve what those results are. So we are very, very focused on that.
With that, I guess we're adjourned.